name. Currently leading right now is Dr. Yisang at $691. Already behind it is Zoidberg in second place, followed by Dr. Tracksuit. So if you would like to have your favorite one as the file name, make sure to put in your donations now. We have a $10 donation from Squish H85 saying, just had to donate again for this. Nightfire was one of my favorite games when I was younger, but I've never seen a speedrun of it before. Thanks for opening my eyes to this awesome run, and thank you to the runners, donators, watchers, and everyone behind the scenes for this incredible event. Let's save the animals. We have a $507.77 donation from Anonymous saying that Shadow the Hedgehog says friends make you weak. Kill the animals. Speaking of which, coming up is Sonic Adventure later on today, a Hero Story versus Dark Story bid war. Currently, Dark Story is in the lead by about $500 now. So if you would like to see Hero Story, make sure to put your donations in. Or if you want to make sure that Dark Story secures the victory, go ahead and donate for that as well. We got a $15 donations from I Am Red Panda saying, hey there, AGDQ. I see Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is coming up, and I have to put this towards Hero Story. Why would anyone say Dark Story? Hero Story has the best music. Come on, guys. Also, greetings from Norway. Got a $30 donation from Drak Gion saying, my grandfather died from bone cancer back in 2008, and it was pretty rough. First time donating, thanks to my sister for introducing me to GDQ. Let cancer bite the dust. Probably speedrun JoJo Part 5 on PS2. Money goes towards Zoidberg in Trauma Center. Save the frames and slaughter them like animals. We have a $100 donation from Lala Demon. My partner's mother just got diagnosed with lymphoma yesterday. I have followed this event for the past 2 years, and this is the first year that I've been able to donate. This is an amazing event, and shout out to all of the runners and the organizers. Thank you for donating your time to put on this event. We have a $45 donation from Irish21107, donating to help such a good cause of saving people. So, of course, we should also save the animals. We have a $30 donation from Dr. Doc Tor PhD, saying that I lost my mother to cancer in 2010. So glad to see a great event and donating for an even greater cause. Keep up the good work and kill the animals. We have a $50.52 donation from Chuck Bacon 133. Saying, loving the Nightfire run and all the amazing out-of-bound glitches. Looking forward to some amazing and suturing in the Trauma Center New Blood speedrun. Thank you to all of the runners and the crew. We have a $10 donation from August205. Wanted to donate during the Trauma Center, but unfortunately, I have to go to sleep. The run from last year was insane, so I'm looking forward to watching the VOD later. Good luck to the runners. We have a $50 donation from Mr. Scold. Love this event every year. Shoutouts to my third period class, except for Aiden. Save the animals. We have a $55 donation from Purple Ghost Casper, longtime donator, first-time German. And as promised, here's my contributions to AGDQ. Put my donation towards the announcer's choice. We have a $30 donation from Little Kami. Only been watching for a few hours, but oh my goodness, this is all very fascinating. Speedrunning is honestly an art. Kudos to all the runners. What an awesome event. We have a $10 donation from Pablo Escobar 2. Love watching these speed runs. Looking forward to the Crash Team Racing race on Friday. Watching from a tiny island in Scotland. We have a $20 donation from Draco Dan saying, because Hero Story is objectively the correct answer, the leaderboard stats do not lie, in reference to the Sonic Adventure 2 Hero vs. Dark Story Bid War. We have a $75 donation from Anonymous. We also have a $10 donation from Anonymous saying, thank you for making my work days go a little faster. Greetings from cold, cold Sweden. We have a $10 donation from Tactical Tantrum saying that cancer early detection and treatment allowed both my mother and my aunt to spend some birthdays with me. Even as a port student, I will gladly sacrifice the equivalent of a couple of beers to facilitate the good fight with you guys. Keep it up. Oh, and animals are canon. Save the animals. We have a $10 donation from James F39. Have watched GDQ for years. Keep on keeping on. Awesome Games Done Quick 2017 is brought to you by Tokyo Attack. Tokyo Attack specializes in bringing rare imported Japanese games to conventions and events all across the country, featuring titles such as U-Beat, Super Table Flip, Tako no Tazuni, and so much more. They host America's largest collection of independently owned import arcade cabinets. We got a $5 donation from Nakat saying, greetings from the Super Smash Brothers community. I'm addicted to watching this event and supporting the cause fully. Hoping to see Undertale at some point. Good luck. And with that, Undertale does have a couple of donation incentives I want to make sure that you guys are aware of. We have Name the Fallen Human, which currently is in the lead with Temmie. We have How to Handle the Final Boss, and commanding lead is Comfort Them over Shun Them. And we are on our way to the donation incentive of fighting the super hard genocide boss. If you want to see any of those, make sure to get your donations in and indicate which one you would like. Speaking of the genocide run, we have a $7.77 donation from Dankrupt Memer saying, feeling guilty that I haven't donated yet. So here you go. Let's beat cancer. And this is going to the genocide boss in Undertale. Kill the animals and cranberries. We have a $10 donation from Tim the Grim saying, rolling around at the speed of sound, got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. We have a $40 donation from Jordan Satur saying, Trauma Center, AGDQ edition, how to cure cancer with speed runs. We have a $77 donation from Clag saying, take my money, greetings from Germany. We have a $10 donation from Sean Mipp saying, good luck to both Slurpee and Iris on the Trauma Center run. We have a couple of prizes currently available. If you donate at least $30, you'll be entered to win a PlayStation 4 1 terabyte system. And if you donate at least $75, you'll be entered to win the PlayStation 4 Pro Virtual Reality Bundle with 10 games. Pretty awesome. Make sure to get your donations in. All right, guys, let's give it up for SlurpeeNinja and Iris Joker with Trauma Center New Blood.
So what was that? Oh, what was the
file name? I believe there was a file name incentive.
Yes.
Yes, the winning file name is Dr. Yasang.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
DRYSANG.
Very good.
All right, like that.
That is correct.
All right.
All right, Dr. Sang.
And the timer will start after well, I'll just tell you guys when it starts. About 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. So put me in, coach.
Yep. So the game starts on single player as default. So once the intro stuff goes by, I'll switch to double.
I was just clicking until it registered my remote.
So one thing you'll notice right away is they can make text skip really fast by hitting minus, and it's really nice considering how much text is in the game.
The game starts in Alaska?
Yes. So chapter 1 starts in Alaska. You're more or less in this remote hospital doing
remote
more or
hospital
less
surgery.
more or less just casual surgery, broken arms.
This one is the result of a bear attack.
Okay.
So you can see that there's two different cursors, one for each player. And where this can be difficult in a co-op setting is making sure that they're both not trying to do the same thing so they can be as efficient as possible.
By the way, I'm the yellow cursor and SlurpeeNinja is the pink one, or the purple one.
Oh, sorry.
That's
One
good.
important thing to note about the difficulty setting in this game is the fact that easy is normal, normal is hard, hard is very hard, and extreme is impossible. So just keep that in mind.
I like to nickname it Atlas difficulty.
Difficulty.
Oops,
Oh.
I hit the tutorial by accident.
By the way, that bandage there is going to be the only clean one of the run. It is much faster just to slap the bandage on as is.
It can get pretty wild. You can slap the bandage to the patient, to the table, to the to the cloth, to the arm.
It just needs to be there somewhere.
As long as it's covering the cut, it's good.
And though it's
bad.
important to note that if you don't do a good bandage, you end up hurting the patient for some reason. And I think all of us have killed a patient once by misplacing a bandage at some point. So
Apple thump.
Yeah,
that shouldn't be happening here.
pretty much all mistakes in this game will hurt the patient in some way.
So there was something in this mission that we just learned about the other day. Something weird with the scalpel, and you'll see it. Nice.
So this is the first tumor operation. The small tumors, they burn off with the laser, and then they have to use the antibiotic gel to heal the small burn holes that they make. The larger ones, they need to cut out and then affix a synthetic membrane to it. Antibiotic gel is also called heel jelly in Japan, so I think that kind of explains all that it needs to be.
And here we go. There it begins.
It's also important to note later on, especially as the vitals can get close to 1 and even borderline 0, the antibiotic gel can also heal, but only a small amount, but that's going to make a big difference later on in this run.
These people are from Alaska, though, so they're tough. They can take a few hits.
A few gunshot wounds, which is this next coming operation. And chapter 1 is sort of the tutorial. It kind of gets the intro. I think we mentioned that already. Sorry.
Yeah, if you played the first game, Second Opinion, on the Wii, you'll notice that a lot of these first chapter operations are retreads of Second Opinion operations. If I remember right, New Blood takes place 3 years after the events of Second Opinion, or is it 2?
It's like 10, I think, actually. It's quite a while.
Okay, I must have been thinking of Under the Knife 2 then.
Okay. I never still get it.
Okay, so this is a good time to mention the defib. The player on the screen is the one that has to do it, and if Iris doesn't get it in the green, then Slurpee has to try it. Don't ask why the doctors have to trade off every time they don't get a perfect defib.
It's the same with doing heart massage. It's like we'll take turns basically squeezing the heart. I'll take a few squeezes, and then Slurpee will do a few squeezes.
Yep. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
It's a good patient-doctor relationship.
Yeah. Patient-doctor-doctor relationship. Maybe, I don't know. I thought maybe this is a good time to read a donation.
Yeah.
Sounds good. We have a $50 donation from Dorkmaster Flex saying, shout-outs to Slurpee and Iris for their insane trauma center run. The orderly team on the couch has your back, doctors.
Yeah, thank you guys. And thank you.
So there's a lot of backstory going on right here, but basically Marcus, who's the male doctor, he has kind of a troubled past, and it's starting to come back to bite him right now, but we'll get into that a bit later as we get into chapter 2.
It's very anime, my troubled past. Okay. Ooh.
So they're replacing a pump in this earlier. I believe this is the pancreas.
Yep,
right?
this is the pancreas
Yeah.
implant.
So she's going to end up becoming your nurse eventually, and because she wanted to and know more about her disease. Anyway, what's happening right here is called the healing touch. You'll notice that star that was drawn automatically. Marcus has the power to slow down time, much like Derek Stiles did in the previous game. In the first chapter, it just kind of happens automatically.
The power to slow down time if you can draw a star correctly.
Yes.
Yes, that'll have more of an impact later in the run when we start using the healing touch more often to more or less manipulate when we want to let certain. Sometimes we'll let certain things happen. Other times we'll try to prevent it, depending on which healing touch we want to utilize.
Sometimes the patient must suffer to go fast.
But yes,
Not honestly.
Valerie's has the power. Well, we haven't discovered Valerie's yet, but Marcus's, as Alpha just explained, slows down time. But it can also slow down certain events from happening, like convulsions and other hemorrhaging that might occur later.
Blood pools forming and whatnot.
Yeah, the story behind this operation is Valerie's trying to learn the healing touch for herself, and she's just struggling to because it's so mentally taxing.
Oops, I forgot to hit skip.
It's okay.
I think we made a cut somewhere.
Perhaps.
Yep,
I
there's
think we
another
really
cut.
did, yeah. I had it.
Hashtag things you don't want your surgeon to say.
We really... I'm so sorry. Sorry, patient.
So in a casual playthrough, those tumors that they're cutting open would be discovered with the ultrasound, but Iris and Slurpee have played this game enough to know exactly where they are, so they don't even have to scan for it.
It's usually the suture is a bit... Oh, ooh. Thank you. That's where the two surgeons really comes in handy, like covering for the other one when somebody messes up and whatnot. It's really nice that we can do that.
Being at low vitals with two people can be a little bit dangerous sometimes too, because if both of them just happen to make a mistake at the same time, then it can potentially kill the patient. So I believe this is where Valerie gets her healing touch, or is it the next one?
This is it, 1-6.
This is it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Valerie's healing touch is a little bit different. Instead of slowing down time, it prevents the vitals from changing, which can be extremely useful, and you can do things to the patient that you shouldn't ever do.
And here we meet what I consider the hardest boss in the game, the little pericardium ruptures, or pockets of air that form and cause a lot of damage. It's caused me to lose a lot of missions in the past, but we've gotten them down, hopefully.
This is going to be another example of where the healing touch activates automatically.
Oh, wait. No.
Oh, we still have a few more.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
We're good.
Yeah, okay. I was watching those vitals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now Valerie's healing touch will activate after madness erupts.
So yeah, that's a perfect example of how powerful Valerie's healing touch is. Depending on which one they want to use is really dependent on the operation. The ones where they're trying to prevent certain cycles from happening, they typically pick Marcus. And Valerie's good when they just have a lot of stuff going on and just want to get through it quickly.
Yeah, there are times when we know something's going to happen and there's nothing we can do to prevent it. Like, say, for example, later on, we know, just as you saw, the pericardium is going to rupture and the patient's going to take a lot of damage to their health. We'll just activate Valerie's to prevent that from happening.
Doctors wear scarves.
So yeah, now they're back in Concordia. This is where Marcus's troubled past is, as he was kind of forced to coming back. I forget the exact reason why, but
Yeah, he was researching this new he accidentally more or less created a new disease, and this guy more or less wants him to help him with it, and Marcus is pretty reluctant at first. And we all know what happens when, in this game, when doctors try to make all these all-cure diseases.
anime happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also in Chapter 2, we are introduced to Stigma, which is unusual considering we don't even see guilt in Second Opinion until much later on.
Mm-hmm. But for now, we're still doing fairly ordinary operations. This will be another tumor operation, but this time there will be pus that cause inflammations.
All right.
So the reason why I use the healing touch for this part in particular is to slow down the time it takes for the pus to create more inflammations. Move this up.
Yeah.
If you're having trouble following what's going on, don't worry. I think I can speak for all of us that even I have trouble following it sometimes.
Yeah.
Even I do sometimes.
There are probably going to be times when you guys are going to try to commentate and we'll probably be already finished with the operation.
Right. Sensei.
Yeah, there will be times when the Japanese, because this game is fully voiced, but because we're skipping most of the dialogue, you won't be able to hear it. But during certain points, you will.
If you watch all the story, which is all fully voiced, I think maybe it takes about 20 hours to get through all the story.
I don't know.
Ish.
Well, it depends.
Depending on how you
I
go.
recently did a story run. It did take about 6 to 8 hours, but then again,
You're also much faster.
I
than-
also know
Yeah.
exactly what I'm doing.
If you don't know what you're doing, then it could take a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So this is heart surgery on a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is when we'll have to. She has a pacemaker that we'll have to more or less
Replace.
be very replace, and it's very, very delicate. Of course, being open heart surgery and all.
Yes, her heart can fibrillate, and then we have to take turns massaging it, which also happens as scripted events.
Mm-hmm. There are a couple that are scripted, and at least one or two that might be random. Oops.
Ooh. Be careful, this is delicate.
The heart wasn't open yet, don't worry.
All right, so they're going to turn off the pacemaker, and then her
Her heart
heart
will
will
fibrillate,
flatline. Yep.
and we will take turns massaging it.
The reason they have to massage the heart here is that a defibrillator would, it's too much for a child to handle.
So as you probably just heard there, the EKG started beeping rapidly. That's more or less the game getting ready to roll for whether or not the patient is going to flatline. However, we managed to finish this quickly enough that we didn't give the game a chance to.
Mm. Bad.
Just need to get the patient out the door.
You saved Kodai-chan. Time for lunch.
Okay, 2-3. So this is
Can
this will
we
be the one with the rib
With
cage.
donation?
Sure thing. We have a $20 donation from Toad22484. It just says Slurpee.
It's a thing. Inside joke, I guess.
We also have a $100 donation from Anonymous saying that I wanted to try to donate during the Trauma Center run as I'm in my third year as a medical student on my actual surgery rotation. It's absolutely nothing like this game, but it's still interesting nonetheless. Thank you to everyone and everything that you're doing for fighting cancer.
So a little fun fact, at least at the end of Second Opinion, when you beat the final extreme operations, it tells you that you're not a real doctor and that you should never try surgery on somebody. But then it follows that up that if you are actually a doctor, that's not to tell your patients how many times it took you to beat a game about surgery.
He really does that, yeah. Uh-oh.
Get ready to healing touch.
Yes. Ooh, maybe not. Yeah. So you can buffer the healing touch a little bit, and hopefully I did it.
Yep.
Yeah, I sure did. And of course, Valerie's healing touch stops the vitals here so that we can just not worry about that. We said in the last poem there, and we use the magic gel, or what was it called in Japanese?
Happy juice?
Happy jelly.
Heel jelly.
Heal something, yeah. To magically heal bones in an instant. So. Bad.
Yeah, the game's more or less going to ridicule me every time I just slap the bandage on and walk away.
I wonder if chat is just spamming bad right now.
So do you always pick the same doctors or do you switch them off?
There'll be times when we switch them off because I'm pretty less than perfect with drawing stars, so I'll have Slurpee handle the ones where we need to have the star immediately drawn. So we'll switch back and forth later on in the run.
And usually I'm pretty good with it. Just,
Yeah. As we go on, the co-op strats for this game will become much more like divided. We'll have different roles and things we'll have to take care of. But for
Task
now,
distribution is very key to
things
being
are
very
relatively
fast.
tame. Yeah, this is,
Relatively.
I believe, 2-4. So
In a very stressful
this is
kind
going to
of
be
way.
the first Stigma operation we do.
Yes, this is I guess this game's version of Guild called Stigma. So I'm not sure if we mentioned that.
Yeah.
And this particular strain is called Share.
Yep. Or as Slurpee likes to call them, tortillas.
The flying tortilla, yeah, with the salsa center.
This form of Stigma is pretty straightforward. You just zap it with the laser, and then it will die eventually. You'll notice that they won't be holding down the laser the whole time. They'll be tapping rapidly, and that's because if you use a tool for too long, it will not be available for a little bit. And tapping does about the same amount of damage as just holding it down. So it's just for
So here
laser
comes the tortilla
conservation.
grande.
For co-op, though, we can, because we have 2 sets of tools, each of our tools have their own cooldown, so we'll sometimes alternate between using lasers to conserve usage.
Yeah.
But for solo, you'd want to tap the laser to conserve it.
Okay. I'm out. Go.
Oh,
Tortilla grande has to
yeah.
tap.
That's what will happen if Cardia manages to sneak an attack in.
Mhm.
He'll make 6 cuts and deal a fair amount of damage to the patient.
Good.
Now later on, Atlas has a sense of humor
Yeah.
because you'll have to deal with multiple forms of stigma at the same time, and they thought it would be funny to have an operation where you were fighting Soma and Cher.
Yeah.
The crazy duo. Are they a comic duo or are they a acrobatic duo? I can't remember.
A comedic acrobatic duo.
Okay.
So part of what's going on in the story right now is Professor Wilkins, the old guy who had stigma in him, he wants to keep the research secret and by any means necessary,
Yes.
as
But-
you'll find out soon.
But not everything always goes to plan.
I don't know this part of the story because I didn't do a run through of the story of.
We can do donations, though. There's quite a bit of dialogue right now.
Sounds good. We got a $25 donation from Aunt Sammy saying, good luck with your run. I remember when Slurpee was a wee little ninja, and now he's out saving the world. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Aunt Sammy.
We also have a $75 donation from Thos. Hello, AGDQ. I've always loved this event, and this is the second one I've been able to donate through. Thanks to every runner, announcer, organizer, and et cetera for bringing us so much fun. Donation goes to Sky Bill's Choice.
Oops. So I'm messing up quite a bit, and I think I also gave the wrong doctor, but Slurpee still managed to get it.
So Slurpee came up with a apt name for what this operation is called. Well, he refers to this as the skin factory.
Or rather, skin graft factory.
And generally, the strategy here is one.
You want to use your healing touch?
Yep.
Because you give me, yeah, perfect, thank you.
And one of them will be just creating skin to graft and then placing as necessary.
And the other one's going to be cutting it. Great. Take care of this guy.
That's too low.
Yeah.
We're good.
It was a little confusing coming up with a good strat for this because there's so much going on in this operation that it was just hard to, I'll make another, just get those on.
It's also a challenge trying to get the camera position just right so we have enough room to see where the skin grafts are being made as well as where we need to put them.
It's probably one of the first most difficult ones casually just because if a blood pool appears when you're trying to place down skin, it just makes it all go away.
Yeah, as well as learning the run. When I first started learning the run, I had I had that exact issue, and pinching to use the forceps over and over again would really make your wrists tired. But fortunately, with
extreme.
co-op, it's much more lenient since there's two of you operating, and you're able to piggyback off each other.
And alleviate the pain. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this next one will be a gallbladder operation. It's fairly simple, and not really too much goes on with co-op, but
In single player, you would use the healing touch to deal with this operation.
Yep.
But as we were doing it, we realized that we're so fast, we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
So we can just get it done. And so gallstones will be coming down the gallbladder, and to remove them, you identify them with a magnifying glass and laser them.
With the ultrasound, and then
And then I inject the stabilizer into the skip, please, thank you.
The juice factory.
Yes. There it is.
okay. So now you can inject. I'll keep an eye on the
I didn't inject enough
gallstones.
of the juice. Let's just inject and cut, and then I close that shut. There.
Very good.
So yeah, solo you'd have to manage extracting the gallbladder as well as dealing with dealing with the stones that come through. But co-op, it's a lot easier.
I think she was saying bad. No, I didn't actually hear what she said. So.
One of the other really good things about co-op is we have a strain of Stigma coming up called Onyx, and there's going to be a point where it's good to have two sets of eyes on the screen, so that's another benefit of co-op is just two people looking out for each other during some of the more delicate operations.
Onyx isn't yet, though. It's a couple chapters from now.
Yep, Onyx will be coming up soon. Right now, we're about to do an emergency operation. Oh, you guys go if you want to look at, get a preview of what's coming on. I've just been glancing at it, but I have a decent idea of what's coming up soon.
Doctor's talking, Dr. Jargon.
So for this one,
Dr. Closes.
when I first started learning this as a run, we used to use Marcus's healing touch, but eventually when you get good enough that you operate so fast that you don't really need to use the healing touch anymore. So there will be times when you can use it as a crutch, but generally speaking, you want to try avoid using it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Also with co-op, again, everything's just naturally faster with the two of us doing it.
Yeah. Really fast sometimes. Good. Oh, uh-oh. You let go of the bandage.
Good.
Good.
We did it.
Yes. Hey, we can read a donation again?
Yeah.
Perfect. We got a $20 donation from Megaphil X. Good luck on the run, Dr. SlurpeeNinja. And from Megaphil X, you have unlimited potential. Save those patients, XD.
Happy birthday, Phil. It's around now.
So do you guys care to tell us about these patches coming up in this particular procedure?
All right. So this is the heart membrane
Occlusion.
patches that we have to deal with. Yeah. So the heart will still be active while we're doing this, and we'll need to use Marcus's healing touch to slow down the rate at which the heart. Well, to make it appear as if the heart's beating slower, so we can place the heart or the membrane patch on time.
Yeah, this is kind of a strange gimmick here. They have to rotate the patch to match the dotted line there.
That can be very, very difficult.
Yeah, if you mess up the timing and the orientation of placing the membrane patch, the patient will immediately flatline.
It's
and it costs
very
a bit of time.
tricky. Yeah. It didn't look tricky. It was. Like those squares close in very fast,
Yeah.
and if your hand shakes a little bit, it's really easy to miss that.
It's kind of funny how some things are extremely precise, and then other things you could just suture all over the screen and it'll still count.
Yeah, we were actually just testing that earlier with messing around with the suturing and the star mechanics to see how exactly the game detects.
Sometimes 2 full circles will actually make a star.
Yeah.
Sometimes it won't at all. It's weird.
So this Stigma is Soma, and it's a lot of using the drain and then zapping any tumors that come up.
Speaking of slurping,
And once again, you have the benefit of having 2 doctors here, so you don't have to worry about your drain going on cooldown.
I'm just going to be draining these blue orbs that Soma produces.
Yeah.
Because
if we leave the
I let
blue
them
orb,
set in,
yeah,
then
if we leave the blue orbs for too long, they'll harden and deal damage to the patient. On solo, normally you'd have to laser and then try to drain these as quickly as possible, but now I can just focus on lasering while Slurpee drains them. And then eventually, Soma will split into 2.
Right, like right now,
Yep.
as on cue.
It will make a fake core and a real core, and you only get like a brief moment to see which is the real one and which is the fake one by looking at the green flash. See it flash green over there for
It's
a
got a
second,
green
so that
core,
one
yeah.
over there is the real one and this one's the fake one. If you drain the wrong one, the fake one will basically do the same animation and split up into 5 blue orbs instead of just 3.
Oh, this is mean now.
Is there a bunch of sheep behind us?
Bad. Are you saying bad or bad? I was saying bad. Okay.
All right, so I believe this is the brain aneurysms operation. Solo, it depends. I typically like to do this on hard now because actually doing it on hard makes the aneurysms burst faster, which of course I don't really recommend any real doctors doing that. Is going, yeah, let your aneurysms burst so I can get the operation done faster. But for speedrunning purposes, it's a good idea. I like to use Valerie's to more or less stop the vitals from dropping and just let the aneurysms burst anyway. But for co-op, I believe we don't really need to use that.
No, I think it'll be fine with Marcus's, I believe.
Once again, if you've played Second Opinion, this operation's going to look pretty familiar. So they have to inject a sedative into the aneurysm, excise it, and then they can suture it up.
Oh wow, nice.
I think I
we
used
should have
that too
waited a little
soon.
bit. Yeah.
Oh, it's
You should have
okay,
given
we're
me
good.
even touch. Oh, well, it's okay.
Can you move the camera? Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, good.
Yeah, really good. Whew. We didn't let any of them burst.
So one thing I really do enjoy about this game is it does try to prepare you for any kind of new mechanics might happen here. There's going to be 2 appendix extractions. The first one is going to be pretty run-of-the-mill. Second one, unfortunately, not so much, but because you have experience with the first one, the second one at least becomes a little easier.
And the storyline is that one of these can't afford their appendicitis, and the kid can, but he wants to spend more money.
Yeah, his operation only cost $30K, and he wanted it to cost more, so he donated, or pretty much sponsored the other kid to have his appendix removed as well.
We didn't tell him that. We just told him that, yeah, we'll make it cost more. There's the kid.
So yes, we'll first be operating on the one that doesn't have any complications with his appendix, just more or less, as Sky said, to teach us how it's done, and then we'll deal with the more severe appendix. So normally on solo, you would only use Marcus's, and I think actually for co-op, we've been operating fast enough that we still only use Marcus's healing touch, I believe. Yeah.
So I'll inject the stabilizer, hopefully. Cool.
Good. So yeah, that's just about how the appendix extraction usually goes.
Yeah.
This
About 10
next one's going to
seconds.
be a little bit different.
I tried to make it not a bad. Oh, now they're saying bad.
So yeah, this appendicitis has been left to fester, so it's got a lot more complications involved with pus and tumors.
Okay. I think I had the wrong healing touch again.
That's
Oh,
fine.
well. This is fine.
We typically use Marcus's to reduce the amount of pus that forms when you take out the appendix, but again, we're doing it so fast that there weren't too many clouds that formed up.
Cool.
Got your own race going on there in these operations.
Yep. We had time for a cool. Do we have time for another donation reading?
Yeah, sure thing. We have a $100 donation from Liger saying, glad to see my friend Iris back at it again and saving lives. You will save that patient. Good luck on the co-op run, and thanks to the AGDQ announcers, staff, sponsors, and runners for continuing this awesome event.
And here you hear the lovely soundtrack by Atlas.
Makes
Yeah,
for
they
good
did a good
elevator
job.
music.
Yeah.
We're in a car. Nothing possibly could go wrong.
Last time I heard that, I had to push a car up a mountain. Or rather, a really large hill. It seemed like a mountain.
So yeah, this person got into a car accident, and we've more or less arrived to help. Oh, no, it's you, Valerie. And we're more or less going to try and treat his blunt force trauma.
Skip. Yeah. Nice. Okay. My sense of seems to be going a bit crazy. But it didn't prevent me from drawing stars, so. Yeah.
Those hemorrhages that they're cutting out do massive damage to the vitals, so Valerie's healing touch is very useful here.
Oh, sorry. Oh. Please?
Eventually,
good.
we draw enough zigzags, we'll get it.
How many doctors does it take to suture a wound?
Cool. All together now. Cool. So 4-3 is where we go on a TV show? Is it?
No, that's 4 or 5, I believe.
Oh.
Is
Okay.
it?
No, 4-3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, all right. This is miracle surgery.
Called Miracle Surgery.
All right.
We have an announcer and a rival doctor who also knows the healing touch.
Yep. This operation is pretty intense in both solo and co-op. This patient has 11 tumors that we need to extract, and to make matters worse, our tools are going to fail during the operation, which,
Spoilers.
yeah,
Yeah.
reasons why you don't do surgery on live television. I mean, why would you want to broadcast doing surgery to a bunch of people in the audience, to a live audience?
So that they could tell you it's bad.
You know, as long as the Band-Aids put on well, they're pretty happy.
Then it's good.
But yeah, the audience on this show is pretty hostile towards Marcus and Valerie.
As I've learned.
Oh, they booed.
We haven't even started yet.
I know.
Maybe they'll turn into sheep too.
Maybe they already have.
Okay, so the operation starts off failure tame, where we only have to do with 3 at first. But then more hemorrhaging will start to appear. We're going to ignore that for now and just focus on the tumors. Careful.
Uh-oh. Can you
Just-
drain that?
oh.
or-
Oh.
Yeah, we don't usually worry about putting the membranes on because
What
we
was
can
the fibrillation?
focus on doing that later.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, we just want to we typically want to focus on just getting the tumors out as quickly as possible, then
Yeah.
exposing the 7th tumor.
Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's my fault.
Yeah, the drain stops functioning partway through this operation.
Yeah, when you expose the 7th tumor, the drain immediately stops working, and you just have to keep boosting the vitals until it comes back online.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Now,
Sorry about that. Yeah, now we're going.
Yep.
And we have to wait for our drain to come back, so we can't really do much about boost vitals at this point, because everything is drained from here on
Back to the juice factory.
Mm-hmm. Give him the juice.
3, 2, 1. Drain should be online now.
Uh-oh.
There we go. And of course, the EKG starts going off, so we'll have to stop in a bit.
Now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to take turns massaging the heart.
And then use Valerie's healing touch.
Okay. Oh, did we miss a... Ah, yes, sorry. You know. Cool. So...
So I believe this next one's the dueling surgeons operation. Or is that the next one?
This is the second set of aneurysms, but this time it's not on the brain.
Oh, yes. And here the game introduces large aneurysms that you have to put a...
A synthetic, like more or less like
Valve.
synthetic valve to more or less connect the aneurysms together.
or rather the things that the aneurysms are connected to.
Oh, now they're cheering. Bunch
Yeah.
of bandwagoners.
So yeah, typically throughout this operation, for better or worse, the announcer is constantly yelling and commentating about everything you're doing. But fortunately, we have skip on, so we don't have to hear most of that. Right, so this is the large aneurysm.
Oop.
It's a bit more difficult to deal with on solo because you have to suture all 3 segments yourself. But again, with co-op, we're able to tackle more at once.
Please.
All right, good, good. Valve healing touch.
Oh, yeah. I'll do it right after.
Okay.
Oh,
That was close.
oh, this is perfect timing. Sorry, I have to do this. Oh. Wow. Okay. Well, this is fine. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that strategy for real surgery. Just saying.
I tried.
So in this operation, Stigma finally makes its appearance on the show, and the host surgeon doesn't know what to do about it, since it's a completely new strain. And that's where Iris and Slurpee will come and save the day.
This is called ops.
Yep. So, of course, the past few operations have been going more or less smoothly, but now this time we're dealing with Stigma again, and now it's up to us to take over.
More doctor poses. So I'm going to start with the laser here, and we're just going to take turns.
Now these two things at the ends of the small intestine will be dropping these red and blue tumors from time to time, and if they hit ops, it'll do a lot of damage to it.
Uh-oh. Okay.
All right, good. So we use Val's Healing Touch to more or less nullify that.
So the commentator has been saying a lot of things you guys haven't had a chance to hear yet, but I think we'll get a chance to do that now.
Oh. Sorry.
Unskip.
Great, marvelous, fantastic. Oh, it's my turn.
Well, the announcer thought it was good.
He thought it was great, marvelous, fantastic.
So Chapter 4 is when the game started to ramp up in difficulty, and Chapter 5 isn't much different, but it soon will be on arguably the hardest chapter, which is 6. Also, we're at a hockey game. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Of course. No one gets injured in hockey.
No, not at all. So do you want to give me Marcus's Healing Touch here?
Yep.
Great. As we get into the patient's arm, I will use the Healing Touch, and then...
And I'll handle the tendons, you'll handle the fracture? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it can be difficult to see the gel. Or sorry, the incision point because of the gel.
Nice. That's great.
The Healing Touch skips a part where I believe, I forget exactly what happens, but it makes the ligaments, it makes the ligaments re-tear.
So maybe I'm going to explain a little about the button mashing, because I don't think we went into that. So you have to mash through the map screens, and you have to mash through the end operation screens and stuff. There's a lot of
there's a decent amount of button mashing, but sometimes you have to temper it, like particularly with skip. Sometimes if you hit it twice, you'll accidentally turn it off. So
and then you'll end up losing frames. Yeah. So
yeah.
You really have to be careful. It's quite precise. So I let Iris handle most of it. He knows it better than me.
Yeah, sometimes with the horizontal incisions, it can be difficult because of the Wiimote. It doesn't really like to do horizontal input as well as vertical.
Nice.
Yeah, normally the burst liver operation is a bit more difficult and RNG intensive on solo, but because the two of us can put each of the patches on, you can more or less skip the random second with the EKG.
Yeah, there can be fibrillation, and then you have to wait. But On single player, you would use the healing touch for that,
Yeah.
and for this one as well, I believe.
For 5-3, depending on how good you are with suturing up all of the smaller internal hemorrhages, you may want to use Valerie, but otherwise you can also use Marcus to try and delay the time it takes for the game to roll for the random flat line.
Hmm.
In our case, we have access to both.
So this is the same patient with the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
except our friend, the little air pockets are back. So now we just have to deal with those as well. There's 4 on the top, 3 on the bottom. Yeah. But I'm trying to make it good. And at the end of the operations, I have to remember to keep my Wiimote off of the screen. Otherwise, we go into the option menu,
Mm-hmm.
and that loses us time too if I do that. So many things to be careful about here.
So you may have noticed that the background has changed, and everyone's still wearing their coats because now we've been kidnapped
And scarves.
by Flaming Mask Man, apparently. And they want us to ironically operate instead of doing something else.
Mhm.
So I believe the first patient is going to have a new strain of Stigma. So yeah, yep. So this will be the introduction to Onyx.
I like to call these guys the meta-thugs. I don't really have a better name for them.
Yeah, the story gets really animated really quick at about this point.
Yeah, we have Golden Mask, and then later on we'll see Cotton Candy Guy.
I was a bit off with the scalpel
It's
there.
all right. Still fast. Yeah, so Onyx likes to appear in random spots.
Yeah.
And then
A cool thing for the initial part with this operation when trying to find Onyx is that the music will immediately change once you've put the ultrasound over Onyx.
And we're looking for the one with the 4 dots on his back. That's
Yep.
the Onyx we want, because he does make fake ones of himself.
Yeah, if we accidentally, if I accidentally, I think if I accidentally, because I'm the one searching and scalpeling right now, if I scalpel a fake one, the real one will come out and make 5 cuts to the patient.
Lacerations, yeah.
Yeah, it will make 5 lacerations.
He's here.
He didn't move at all.
Mhm.
And an easy way to keep track of where Onyx is moving is you can like watch the top of its head and see which direction it dives in, and it'll travel in a straight line with
That one wasn't even disinfected.
yeah,
It's all right.
but the bandage only covered half of the wound.
There will be more difficult Onyx operations later. That one's just the base form of it.
So this operation, what's there to say?
Somebody got shot
Yes,
for
the
trying to
shot.
leave.
Yep.
And they don't care what we do with him, and we want to save his life.
And unfortunately, they're kind of short on supplies at the moment, so we don't have any stabilizer to boost his vitals and a very low amount of antibiotic gel. So it's pretty
Magic
much,
juice.
as usual, very imperative that we are careful and try not to hurt the patient any more than he already is.
And we want to take out the blood pools that don't have the bullet shots in them first.
Yeah, we deal with the wounds that have the shotgun pelts in them later, because if we try to extract them earlier, it'll cause more hemorrhaging.
And we think it's a scripted event, so. Hey.
All right, Onyx is back in this one, and he's got a new trick up his sleeve after about halfway through.
they want us to test it out again, so they're forcing us to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Gold mask is.
Playing Mask Guy and Cotton Candy Man.
Mm-hmm. we see Cotton Candy Man here? I don't.
Yeah,
Oh. There he is.
there he is.
And blue-haired guy.
I wonder who that could be.
It's not Falco. Okay.
So generally speaking, for Onyx, you don't really need to use the Healing Touch all too often, but if you're having difficulty trying to find Onyx, you can use Marcus's to slow down and get a better idea of where Onyx is about to dive.
Yeah.
Up there he is. I think I saw him here? No.
No, he's down here, all the way down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're up this way. There. Mm-hmm.
And now he's multiplied.
Maybe he didn't. Wait, he went down further this way. Yeah.
Yep.
He likes to troll sometimes.
Yeah, I thought he went southwest, not south.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now he went west.
I'm getting pretty used to where he moves now,
Okay.
how he moves. Down.
Yep. So this is the part where Onyx just goes crazy and makes all of its copies initially, and it'll
you
make even
can't
more
kinda-
copies.
You can't really see him swimming.
But you can still discern in the same way, and he'll always stay on the main part of the organ that you're operating on.
Yeah. Sometimes he likes to not move at all, even
Yeah.
though he points. So
Mhm.
you really got to watch out for that.
For whatever reason, towards the end of 5-6, the dialogue kind of messes up with trying to access the menu, so I have to skip the first line of dialogue using A and then hit start.
So these metathugs are satisfied with their tests now, and they want to dispose of us. So they put us in a sewer and let the rain. They want the rain to deal with us, the heavy
Mhm.
rain.
They more or less take us out heavy rain style by putting us in
Marcus.
a well with rainwater filling up.
Val. Shout out to heavy rain.
Like I
And-
told you
and-
guys before, I'm pretty sure more people played that than this.
And so to lock the sewer top there, they use a kid's toy that's pretty much, I guess it's like Pipe Dream.
Yeah, this is more or less the Atlas gimmick of the mandatory puzzle during the story. In Second Opinion, you had the bomb, and now this we have a puzzle.
Yeah.
So I'm going to handle doing the red one and red and blue one, and Slurpee's going to do the green and yellow one.
Yep. And twisting operations with the Wiimote are very hard on the wrist.
Yeah, it can be pretty difficult to keep the Wiimote steady and accurate. Something happened with the... Oh,
can you
Nah,
skip?
it's just footsteps.
Okay. There's a slight pause with the...
We found Val and
transition.
Marcus.
All right, this is where the game really starts to step up in difficulty. You have a lot of the previous operations before you, but now they start to combine a lot of them together, as well as throwing new strains of stigma at you.
These are the Stigma.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chapter 6 and
Stigma's
7
virus.
becomes much more co-op intensive.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, what me and Slurpee have more or less like settled on doing is that he'll handle the right half of the screen and I'll handle the left side. But there'll be times if, hey, I'm having some trouble here, and I'll
Yeah.
jump over and help him, and vice versa.
Also, we get introduced to Brachion, the next Stigma in this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
The, what does it look like? I don't know. I believe this one is Brachion.
Yep, this is Brachion. So, casually, this can be pretty difficult at times because you have to inject scalpel and use the forceps really quickly. So using Marcus can be helpful, but again, it'll slow down the animation for when the arms retract. But for co-op, we can divvy up the arms that we deal with.
Basically, each of the arms are going to try and transport nutrients to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And if it makes it all the way to the end, it will respawn the ends.
Yep. If the arm doesn't have a
And
head at the end of it, then all of the other arms that were also extracted will regenerate.
You can use the forceps to pinch one of the segments on the way, and then it will reset it back.
Yep.
Not really too big of a deal here, but a lot more to manage in solo.
thank you. Oh yeah, that's it.
Yep. That's Brachion.
Key defeat. Yo.
Even then in solo, it's not too much more troublesome. It's just a little more time consuming.
腕は落ちてなかったわね。
Okay. Can we read a donation?
Yeah.
on this one?
We got $50 from Anonymous saying, longtime viewer, longtime donator. Greetings from across the marathon room. Good luck, Slurp and Iris, on the Trauma Center run. Less than 3. We also have a $250 donation from Anonymous. Love everything that's going on. Keep it up.
Nice. Okay, so now we're in a place that
We're basically in a fictional South American country, more or less doing doctor work for the people there.
helping people out.
And our translator got infected with this strange. Oops, I messed up with the tumor there.
Yeah.
And if we,
let's,
it's basically red light, green light with the. I'll handle the inflammations. Just keep extracting them.
Okay.
But yes, if we try to extract the tumors while it turns red, it'll release a pus that will cause inflammations to the patient.
Normally we wouldn't use a healing touch there, but then I threw up batteries just in case the battles drop any further. I think it was a smart thing to do, just as a safety. Okay, so
So much like in Second Opinion, this is a rush of operations where you operate on multiple people, and this will be several forms of stigma in a row.
starting with Brachion again. Oh, wait, yeah, Brachion again.
The dog's got some really important
Soma?
lines.
I don't know.
I think it's Soma Share Ops. I don't remember.
Soma and Share, yeah.
Can I see the notes again?
Soma, Share, Brachion, Ops.
Okay. Yeah, it's Ops towards the end, so you'll need Valerie.
Is that tool assisted for looking at notes? I'm not sure.
Sometimes I forget because there are two Stigma Rush operations, and I forget which one has different sequences
The
of,
doctors do use tools.
Stigma strains.
Yeah, Soma first. Soma, Brachion, Ops, yeah.
Yeah, Soma doesn't really have any new tricks this time around. The main challenge in this operation is just trying to complete them all before your time limit runs out. On a standard operation, you have 5 minutes, but because you're doing multiple operations, they give you 10 minutes for this one.
Got it, no worries.
So it's patient one.
Oh, sorry.
I believe Brachion has slightly different patterns on this go-around.
I'll prep two, and then you deal with the one. Yeah. You can extract that one on the left. There we go.
Okay.
So that was more or less a strat I just came up with on the fly as I noticed that Slurpee was already done with his first one.
Yeah.
So I can just prep these 2 arms while he... Yep.
As we said earlier, we can go over to the other side and hop out when needed, when necessary. Nice, good clip.
All right. So Brachion's down. 1 more to go.
Yeah, like with ops before, they're switching off on laser duties. Wasn't sure if that star was going to work.
Same, but
I was sure.
I had faith
Trust
in
me, I'm a doctor.
Slurpee, so we pulled it off.
Nice.
And quite often that's going to happen, like, we'll just have to have trust in the other person to know what they're doing and
hopefully suture.
and hope things work out.
Okay. That one was confusing.
So in this next mission, we actually don't have the option to kill the animals. We have to save this one in order to proceed.
Yes.
The dog has had such important lines, we don't want to lose him.
Oh, my dog.
Yes, chat, start spamming, oh my dog.
Oh, my doggo. Throw up your Frank disease. So this poor doggo who's valiant and brave
But then while we're exploring this mine,
gets caught by a stray bullet.
we get attacked by soldiers and the dog defends us.
That thumps. So we must save this patient.
So you're going to open with Valerie?
Yes. Yes.
Marcus agrees.
But first,
Right
we must
side, right side.
defibrillator.
Right. So then get ready to healing touch.
Defibrillation.
It's fine.
Yeah, the
That's
dog was
exactly
alright.
why we use Valerie's healing touch at the start, is so that we can still do some minimal amount of operating while the fibrillation is occurring.
Oh, yeah. Cool. And just one last
Yes,
piece of
some
defibrillation,
tools will
doggo is
still
saved.
slightly work if you tap
Yay.
it, like even though you kept hearing misses going.
We say Frank CE.
That is an operation where things can go south quickly, so well done.
But yeah, as I was saying, you can still activate tools like the drain and the gel, even while you're more or less locked out of operating when the EKG is going off.
So these next 2 operations are the hardest ones in the run and coming up here, so
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, definitely need some quiet for 6.5 and 6.6 coming up, because there's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be back to back, and we're gonna
A lot of concentration, yes.
need to really focus on it.
So you're gonna give me, you're gonna keep me with.
You'll have
Lock,
Valerie. I'll have Marcus.
You'll use Marcus'
and I'll
healing
open
touch
with
first.
Marcus.
Yes, yes, okay. And I'll start by making skin grafts because the first one's a skin graft operation.
But defib first.
Yes. Nice. I'll get vitals here. Some cutting. Oh, I'll go
Messed up a
vitals
couple
for
times
you.
there with the blood pool. I thought it wouldn't hit that. just keep making more skin grafts. I can deal with the burn patches.
Sure, absolutely. Not a problem, sir.
All right, good. Vitals.
Oh, yes. Okay. Then I'll get both of these. Vitals are all right. And now you're taking over the factory. Very good. That was great. And right into the second patient here. Okay. I'll take the ball. Yeah. Oh, sorry. As you can see, division of tasks is very important here. Good. That's the second down.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, careful.
I'll boost you suture.
Thanks. Okay, got this one. Thanks. All right. It worked. Okay. Yeah, boost vitals here. A lot of remembering where these go. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Ready for healing touch?
Yes. And this is why we saved the healing touch for this last mission. Because things get pretty crazy there. we just let it go. Accept it. That was really good.
Now comes the real final boss of this game.
Hardest
Yes.
mission in the game as far as we're concerned.
Yeah. This isn't the final boss, but it is very,
May as
very
well be.
difficult.
Yeah.
It's a transplant plus stigma at the same time.
At this point, yeah, the hands are hurting quite a lot. It's you can really only do one run per day of this game. If you do like 3, I think you'd have to actually go to the hospital. The hand pain would be too much. Oh, and our friends, the masks are back.
Yep.
Cotton candy guy, gold mask. Not sure what they're doing here.
Oh, they were the ones behind
This
more or less
attack.
trying to manufacture Stigma.
Right.
Yes. You can use Valerie for
Okay.
patient 2 if we
Yes.
need to.
Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. Tortillas in. Tortillas part 2.
Moving camera.
Okay, gotcha. You're fair.
So normally with single player, you'd have to more or less try to juggle doing the transplant and deal with share at the same time, which is really, really difficult. I was another runner, SCSK, was more or less the first to pioneer doing that, and it took, I think, probably 2 out of 6 months of the practice I did just trying to learn to do that kind of simultaneous operating technique. But for co-op, it's much, much easier since now Slurpee can do the transplant and I can focus on dealing with Stigma. But now for this one, it wasn't, bad enough that we dealt with share initially, but now we also have Onyx to contend with and still have to do the transplant. All the while keeping an eye on the vitals.
Yep. So there's Onyx. I'll just, did he not? Uh-oh. He went further down. There he is. Oh, thanks. Ooh.
Vitals.
Yep.
He dove.
Where'd he go? Oh, thank you.
Tumors are okay.
Right.
Leave share alone.
I'm gonna actually.
Yeah, use that.
Where did he go?
I think there's one more tumor here.
Okay. Oh, it's right next to Onyx. So I'm gonna attack him the final time first. Yeah, I'll do. Okay. Oh. Shoot, I didn't have the right things.
Stop.
Oh. Yeah.
We'll deal with the transplant later. I can always wait.
Sure.
Okay, now you can try doing it.
Cool. Oh no.
Do you have the gray?
The blue one didn't finish, I don't think.
Oh, we didn't? It shouldn't be able to
That's
spawn.
Weird. Huh.
I wasn't keeping an eye on the vitals, sorry.
No, it's okay. What happened?
I don't know. Yeah, also you're right. We didn't finish doing the blue vein.
Oh.
I didn't think they could spawn without doing
Okay.
that.
It's alright.
All right. Well, we'll do it correctly this time.
Okay.
But yeah, as you can see, it's very, 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 I can't stress enough how difficult it is to juggle doing the transplant and all of the Stigma at the same time,
Yeah.
even with co-op.
Even for 2 people, for sure. Okay. And we really want to stop these guys because they make tumors, so.
The first pair of share will do cuts, and the second pair will do tumors. Interesting.
Yeah, and the order that you do this liver transplant in really, really matters, so that's kind of what got us in the end there.
As long as share is like away from the main tumor or the main organ up here, he won't get an attack in. So the ideal way to deal with him would just to keep him down here, where he'll just swim around helplessly doing nothing.
Right. Kind of beat him off screen there. Okay. It's alright.
All right, this time we'll try to get the blue vein done. All right, good. We're good.
We made sure this time. Okay. Onyx is there.
Thank you.
No problem. He's right there.
Oh, they're fusing.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so fusing right on top of Onyx.
Yeah, our vitals are good too.
Oh yeah. Where did
There.
it go? Yeah, I see it. Nice.
So just saying there isn't exactly helpful, but you found it. Good. Now we can do the portal vein.
And I can actually do it this time?
Yeah.
That's good.
If you activate Valerie's, you can move the camera upwards and do the
Okay.
artery. Yeah, right? Oh, we already defeated him. Cool.
Nice. Cool. Great. It's not over yet. All right. Okay, good. Okay. All right, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it really,
What a
really
thing.
sucks if you fail 6-6 because that's just that much more time you have to spend operating and it'll hurt your wrist a little bit.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we didn't get that one suture.
Yeah.
This is the last chapter in the game. They basically found out everything about the source of stigma and all that, and they're out to take care of the bad guys now.
And this is sort of a returning mission from the first Wii game. It's a tumor that regenerates itself if we don't pull it out all at the same time. So we have to be really careful to do that. And I think you gave me the wrong. Oh wait, no.
No, you have Valerie.
Got it. Okay, good.
Yeah, we
You
use
gave me the
Valerie
wrong touch. Yes.
when the 3 thorn tumors appear and the lights go out. This is more or less a combination of two of Naomi's operations from Second Opinion, Operation Z2 and Z3, I believe.
I think you're correct. Yeah, Z2 and Z3 for sure.
Yeah, they have to extract both of these tumors at the same time. If they do one at a time, they'll regenerate.
Now they turned out the lights on us.
In Second Opinion, it was a pen light, and now they're using a lighter.
You ready? Okay. And the pen light acts as a nice guide here.
It's kind of like you're playing Doom 3 right there. One person's holding the flashlight.
Now that you're done, the lights come on, of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah. How convenient. Cool. Head.
So as if one stigma rush wasn't enough, here comes the second one.
And even worse than the last one is that I believe the second and third patient will have 2 strains of stigma each. The second will have Share and Soma, and the third will have Soma and Onyx.
Yes.
Whereas the first one will have Brachion, I believe.
It's just Brachion, yeah.
Yeah, Brachion.
Thankfully, they don't put Brachion with other
Yeah,
Guilt.
man, that'd be
the nightmare.
pretty difficult, yeah.
Oh, let's not give them ideas in case they do decide to, make another game.
So yeah, now they're more or less raiding where the bad guys have been trying to create stigma.
By the way, if any of the music sounds a bit familiar, this is an Atlas game, and a lot of people that worked on the Persona series also worked on Trauma Center, so that's why.
Oh. That was close. Very close. Oh, I'm sorry. Nice.
So similar to the transplant operation, I'm handling share while Slurpee deals with Soma. But fortunately, we aren't doing a transplant this time, just focusing entirely on Stigma.
And sometimes I'll damage the tortillas while I'm dealing with Soma. So. Like that. Thank you. And
For better or worse, whenever you laser a share, it'll move in a certain direction depending on what end you're lasering. So sometimes it'll just go all the way off screen and you actually won't be able to laser it unless it's a task.
Yeah, I don't know what the task does for it.
Oh, the task can just laser off screen because it still knows where it is, whereas we can't see it.
There's a pretty impressive task out there that does a max rank run. And some of the things that a task is able to do with this game is just simply unfair.
Yep. So Onyx always appears here first in this mission, which is really nice.
Yeah, it kind of tries to throw off the player by hiding, or rather just it'll spawn hidden, and you won't really know your first time when you deal with it.
He's also a little bit slower in this operation, so he'll wait for longer before he
Yeah, also
attacks and
feel free to
whatnot.
move the camera. I can just stop draining.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you see him?
I know where he went. He went
Okay.
there, yeah. I don't want to get rid of those blue ones before you. I think I lost track of him a bit.
There.
Oh, thank you.
That should be it for Onyx. And
Yeah.
now we just have
And now
Soma.
we'll just concentrate on Soma, yeah, exactly. There we go.
All right, that was probably our best attempt at this operation.
Yes,
Typically, we
because
have
didn't
some
use the
trouble
healing
with
touch, so.
Onyx and share towards the end.
Hmm.
Or Onyx and Soma, sorry.
So confusing all these names.
Very nice.
And after they push you through all of this, they make you do a very precise operation. It's a bomb that's in the patient's brain.
Sort of. It's a control chip.
Control
And
chip, yeah.
we have to be very delicate with how we remove some of the,
Some of the features of it, yeah.
basically the souls that are in it. So yeah, this is more or less a good time for donations. There's a decent amount of dialogue.
Sure thing. We have a $100 donation from Anonymous saying Trauma Center was my favorite run last year, so I would feel bad not to throw some goodwill your way. Iris Joker is the coolest.
Oh yeah.
We have a $50 donation from Ludofex. Well, you sutured the patient to the table, and the patient died of sepsis, but it was still a pretty good operation. Great run, you guys.
So normally for solo speed run, we would use Marcus, but given that this is a marathon and the chance of us making mistakes like that are very high, we switched to Valerie, so we don't have to worry about any of that. Those first two parts, if we make one mistake, the patient's vitals will go down by a third. If we made a mistake here, the patient would just instantly have died.
If we touch that pink thing in the second part, instant KO. I
Yeah,
think.
so it was very good. We did with Valerie's healing touch there. Also, we would have failed
We
immediately.
would have failed that operation like 6 times there.
This next operation is just seemingly out of nowhere. Because you're reaching towards the end of the game, you're doing a lot of Stigma and then fixing a lot of the main characters in the game. And then you have this color matching thing to deal with.
Yeah, this is more or less a throwback to Tatari from Second Opinion, but instead of, I believe in Tatari in Second Opinion was moving around and you couldn't really see the colors at first as clearly, but now you see the colors first, then neutralize them so you can't see them, and then have to inject the proper medicine into each of the colored inflammations.
There's also a guest cameo from Derek and Angie there. briefly if you saw them
Mm-hmm.
from the first game.
Angie looks
Dr.
like she's
Styles.
possessed.
And Dr. Styles. And more Dr. Poses.
So we'll be using Valerie's Healing Touch after the second sequence, I believe. There'll be a slight pause. Neutralizer?
Yep.
I keep injecting a bit too soon. Oh, there's only yellow and red.
So basically the colors will appear briefly and then they have to remember what it is.
Star?
Oh, yeah.
Very good. We use the Healing Touch here because typically the vitals will start to go down much more quickly because there are more tumors that have shown up.
Is this one blue?
Was that one blue?
Yeah. Yes.
I couldn't
Yes, it
remember.
was. I can remember. Apparently. So red. This is blue.
Yep.
I don't know how that happened.
We injected too much.
Okay.
Rather, my syringe slipped.
Cool. Ah, cool.
ブレイラック先生大変です。
This operation is special, to say the least. The backstory to it is one of the characters you meet in the game is being controlled by somebody, and she uses the term, at least in English, that they put a shackle around her heart, which you think is a metaphor at first, but no, they literally put a shackle in her heart, and the guy can end her life at any moment at the press of a button.
Mm-hmm. So now we need to do this really delicate operation where we'll go into the atrium and remove this chip that's more or less regulating her heart.
That's behind her
Pressure-
pacemaker, which we replaced
Yep.
earlier in the game.
And we'll need to remove a bomb that's underneath it. And depending on how quickly we do it, we can hopefully deal with it without any fibrillations. Unfortunately, I have Marcus because I'll spend too much time talking.
Oh, that's okay. So you're doing healing touch then? Or not?
Or not, because I'm pretty awful at doing it. Eventually, I got it.
Okay. Oh, fibrillation. Maybe we should use Valerie's.
So it can be pretty difficult to do this quickly enough so that the fibrillation doesn't occur. Here comes another one trying to happen again.
Yeah.
But fortunately, we finished
Got it.
putting the chip back in, and it stopped it.
Yep.
Here- So here's the final operation in the game in the last form of Stigma. It is Cardia. And Cardia has two forms. They're going to be using the gel to neutralize the squares that are on the screen, and then they have to extract them. And there will be these red flashing squares on there. If Cardia runs over one of those, it decreases the maximum amount of vitals that the patient has.
Then the second phase, Cardia will start moving around very erratically, and we'll have to more or less chase it with the laser as it makes lacerations and tries to drop these, more or less these tumor bombs that we have to extract with the forceps
Before he tries to explode.
yeah,
them.
before he detonates them.
You also can't extract any squares that Cardia is currently occupying.
Or
Now we
that
can
happens.
extract all of them. Very good.
Nice.
We got lucky there, and Cardia tried to spawn where we had already extracted a square. So now we have to wait for Cardia to... If you also remove a square where Cardia is about to go, he'll immediately disappear.
He likes to go on vacation.
All right, this is the last part of the square form.
You can also make Cardia, or rather force the first form of Cardia to disappear if you try to extract the square where it's sitting on.
Should I use...
Oh, not yet, no.
Okay.
After my laser runs out. Now you.
You gave me Marcus, right?
No, I have Marcus, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, so those purple pulses that it's sending out, those would set off the tumor bombs.
You can laser.
Okay.
Now there's going to be one last desperate attack that Cardia will try to do by placing a giant circle of tumor bombs, but with the healing touch up, they can laser it down before it has a chance to.
Yeah, this part still requires some optimization for co-op because we now have twice as much laser usage compared to solo.
And time will come when the epilogue is done.
And I guess, well, we did sort of like do a little bit better in a practice run that we didn't get recorded, so I guess this is recorded world record.
We'll see.
Yeah. I can actually see it.
What's SCSK's solo time?
And time.
That's the 138, so... World record. Even with a lot of gelling goods, and so it went really well.
Great job, guys.
See, I believe SCSK, who's the current record holder for solo, has a 1:38.28, and we just got a 1:34.44. So yeah, we're only 4 minutes faster than someone who did this run by himself. It goes to show you how really good at SCSK is at the game, and also shout outs to him for more or less pioneering the speedruns of the Trauma Center franchise.
Yeah.
Definitely owe a lot to him for the past several months I spent practicing this game, looking for new strats and other ways to optimize it. We're still optimizing the co-op.
It's been a while.
Run of this
6
now.
months.
Yeah.
I think this is like our fourth run together.
Yeah,
or fifth run together.
Yeah, we've done only a few runs. More or less been spending more time practicing and coming up with new strats for co-op. So it's still a work in progress.
A lot of improvements to be made still.
Yeah.
I think we can probably take this down under 127.
Yeah, we can definitely hit sub 130 once we
sub 130
actually
for sure.
get once we get a run with no deaths and
unfortunate with the 2 that we had here.
Also, Atlas, if you're watching, please bring these games to the virtual console.
Yeah,
and make a new one.
Yeah, it's been.
We'll play it.
These games came out a long time ago, so not a lot of people might have them now. But I'm sure that a lot more people would like to pick them up and give it a try, because co-op, it goes without saying, it's really fun.
It's great. Yeah.
Casually or as a speed run.
I think I came to you and I was like, I want to do a co-op run of this, and you were like, I've never done that before.
Yeah.
So I have the experience with doing a lot of co-op stuff, and then you have the experience being really good with single player stuff. So
actually, funny story about
together.
About that. You came up to me about a couple hours before my AGDQ run, and we did this, and the rest is history. We did one run of this, submitted it, and
then never saw each other again until this week.
Yeah.
So it's been wild. Like, I guess we've had some collaboration over.
Yeah, we've been collaborating and more or less practicing on our own, and then coming together, and
it's just been wild. It's been a ride. So let's see where we can take this game in the future. And do we have time to do like mission A4?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Or do they want to get on with more stuff?
Yeah.
We'll probably need to move on with it.
Okay.
All right.
That's cool. Well, thank you very much for having us.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching
Thanks
the
everybody for watching.
Trauma Center
It's been
run.
great. And thank you guys for coming. Kind of crazy.
All right, thanks SlurpeeNinja and Iris Joker for that Trauma Center run. We have a couple donations here. A $500 donation from JCB Cummings. I'm kind of crazy. Generous, but crazy. Put all of this towards Jerk Row's run of Sonic Adventure DX in the bonus block later today. We have a $20